It's that time again. Time for the monthly outlook here for the Southeast. LiveWeatherBlogs.com meteorologist Steve Davidson here with your November outlook. We're going to start off over the next 6 to 10 days, which will bring us in the beginning of November. We're looking at temperatures right here in the Roanoke Valley, being the 50s and 60s to the mid 60s. Beginning of the week, we'll start off with your clear skies, and it'll become more unsettled mid to end week, coming up the first week of November. The second week in November looks to be nice at the beginning, and after that going downhill, coming really cold. We're talking about temperatures in the 60s the second week, going towards the upper 40s by the end of the week after a strong front. And that's also, if you've been watching and listening to us about the possibility of having a nasty front come through. I was going over that in my site outlook last night about the low that'll come cranking through and the cold front. We're in this La Nina pattern now that these storms are going to come in, dive south here, and come up the coast and be really strong and bomb out. Last week was historical in many ways. Not only is it the strongest ever low ever recorded as a land bomb, we also had a record amount of tornadoes for an October. So you see this first 6 to 10 day outlook. We'll say below normal temperatures here in the southeast, and that includes Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and you're above average out in the upper mountains. Reasoning behind that is troughing and ridging. See where the trough would be. Alright, precipitation. We're going to be near normal to slightly above. We're going to get these storms, like I said, developing off the Carolina coastline, then cranking our way up to the northeast. And what that does is makes the northeast extremely wet. And slightly above here in the Roanoke Valley, and then get normal chances on each way if you're looking in the lower southeast, such as Florida or Georgia. And like I said, it's going to start off as a nice week and then end up with this issue with precipitation, which will cool the temperatures down, like I said, for that second week. Temperatures will be right around normal for the second and third weeks of the month of November, and below average down towards Florida. A lot of that will be precipitation based, because you will get that northerly shove of winds, which will cool down the Florida area a little bit more than normal. And like I said, looking at weeks 2 and 3, you don't have as much as a above normal precipitation in the Roanoke and Triad. But go a little further to the north, once again, you're dealing with a lot of wet weather. But the rest of the southeast actually goes below normal. It's behind this these bombogenesis lows that may occur with these nor'easters. You'll get that high pressure that builds in and drives everything out and stays there for a while as the trough digs in through the middle of the country. So weeks 2 and 3 look to be right around normal, around 50 degrees, and normal on the precipitation here. Weeks 4 and 5 get a little more dicey. We're looking at more precipitation and cooler than average weather. It'll be an interesting month here in the southeastern United States. Because overall, these maps are coming from the Climate Prediction Center, by the way, and the rest of the forecast is going by trends and a mix of what the Climate Prediction Center is thinking and a mix of the trends that we're seeing on models and what's been happening and the La Nina that's going on. And we have to look at that because it's important to look at that. Like I said, here we go. Temperatures, like I said, will be right around average, above average in the middle. West, and precipitation will be a little below normal. And like I said, a little below normal is the reason is because these lows that do crank up and hit the northeast will form off the coast of North Carolina and Virginia and then move north quickly, so it leaves us with less precipitation. So that's the reasoning behind that. So all these Climate Prediction Center maps I'll post on there. Make sure also you come and watch the November 15th Winter Outlook. Us, our meteorologists here at liveweatherblogs.com, are going to go in and put our official forecast out of what we think is going on. We put the teaser earlier in the year. La Nina is a big issue, and we'll go into discussing that at a later time. But just to recap, a nice beginning of November, turning into a showery week 1. Temperatures will be in the 50s and lower 60s, dropping in week 2 into the 40s by the weekends, and staying about average for the rest of the month. The precipitation slightly above average in some areas of the southeast, slightly below average in other areas of the southeast. So, stay with liveweatherblogs.com for the latest information. This has been Dean Davison, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist, with your November outlook for the southeastern United States. Have a great day.